leadership. He's going to be talking to us a little bit about the gift of finances and how this gift can be faithfully managed. So without any further ado, I'd like to invite and welcome our congregational treasurer, Jim Schaefer, to please come forward. Welcome to Holliday's lesson.
Ooh, it is hot.
He's feeling the heat already. Be able to reflect on how you have grown in this issue of understanding the importance of the stewardship of finances, this gift of finances throughout your life.
Well, you know, as you get older, you need to write things down, otherwise you forget stuff. The importance of stewardship to me, it's a many layered item here. To me, the biggest item is, I can just yell.
That's true too.
The commitment to giving and to growth in giving. And when Donna and I first joined the congregation back in 1974, and I had to go check the tax returns just to make sure.
Save your tax returns.
Yes. I think we were giving about $25 a week. And each year we've increased that, and always there's been some discussion, sometimes even an argument or two about how much we should give this coming year. Stewardship is also about thankfulness for everything that we have received. And I know, you know, we are truly blessed. But around here, it's hard to realize how blessed we are sometimes. Because there's a lot of big homes and a lot of expensive cars and a lot of people who always have more, quote unquote. And you have to remember what you have and where your faith is. And I guess it's an allocation of resources too. I know in our early years, we didn't have so much money, or certainly not any extra money. We knew where the money was going every month. And we had to learn the difference between what we wanted and what we needed, and what was important to us. So we also saved and focused on those important things for us. And part of that is our stewardship to Prince of Peace. And we always maintained a commitment to our stewardship here, both with our regular offerings and our extra gifts. Now, in more recent years, we've been very fortunate, and we have a lot more, and we're able to enjoy nicer things and to help our kids. And during that time, our stewardship has grown too. And at this point, we are giving about 10% of our income to Prince of Peace. And I know there's always this question, is that before taxes or after taxes? Well, from my perspective, I don't care. Work on giving, your growth of giving, and count it any way you want to. But just get started. Now, I've talked a lot about money. I'm the money guy in the congregation. And I've been treasurer for 10 years. Donna was treasurer with Ann for a number of years, so we've been seeing the finances come and go for a long time. But besides money, stewardship also involves a commitment of your time and talents. You know, helping rake the leaves, or clean the church, or being an assisting minister, or whatever. Those are all part of our stewardship, and it's something we have to make a commitment about doing.
Question number 2, Jim. I was wondering about what important points you think that we should remember when it comes to, in general, this healthy stewardship of our finances. Are there things that you'd like for us to take away that you could kind of bullet point for us?
Yeah, I'm more accustomed to using a PowerPoint, and this would be real good for bullets here, you know, standing. But I got 4 bullets for you. and some of this is a repeat. Number one is the idea about faithful stewardship is, first off, thankfulness for what we have received. We all have received a lot. And to return a portion of what God has given us. And, you know, whatever that portion is, a faithful commitment about that is the first real start of stewardship. And that returning a portion means that you've got to commit a part of your money, time, and talent to God's activities here on earth. We like to think of that in terms of our congregation. There's certainly more ways to do it than just Prince of Peace. And then I guess the last item is that faith that God will provide and support us. And that's, a lot of times that's hard. You know, just a couple of weeks ago, right after the hurricane or the superstorm or whatever we call it, and we were having the big lines for gas. We were upstate in New York, and I was filling the car, and the woman right behind me was filling her car, and she was saying, "Oh yeah, I come in every day and get 3 or 4 gallons of gasoline." And to me that represented a bit of fear that the station wasn't going to have gasoline. And that's a fear we have to try to overcome, or at least push in the back of our minds, because God will provide for us and support us.
To the heart of God. So, onward to number 3.
Okay.
Are you ready for big question number 3? Number 3 suggests now here that if you could, Jim, could you reflect a little bit on how faith itself, this gift that we've been talking about, faith, trust, whatever you'd like to refer to it as, how that has impacted your understanding of the importance of being a faithful steward of finances, or even maybe resource management, a disciple of Jesus Christ when it comes to faithfully managing finances.
And now we get into some words that are real good words for us Lutherans. The big insight that Martin Luther had was that we have been made right with God by God's grace. And the term that's used is justified, and maybe we don't quite understand it that way, but that's the term that's used, that we're being made right with God. But God's grace is a gift to us, or a gift from God. Last week during the second lesson, the writer said something about we're lucky we have a God who forgets. And if you think about it, that's what forgiveness is. Forgetting stuff so that it doesn't come up and you keep thinking about it and fussing over it. Now, in response to God's grace and His faithfulness to us, we should return a portion of His gifts for His use.